the entirety of next week, the only thing I'm going to be eating is food from McDonald's. But there's a twist. I'm gonna half my budget every single day. First and foremost, this challenge is inspired by the incredible Alex Arsu. If you haven't followed him, link down below. Please do. He does this kind of challenge where he doubles his budget every day. I'm just flipping it on its head. What is my budget, I hear you asking? I'll be setting this on day one. Whatever I buy and eat will get counted towards my budget. If I don't eat it, it doesn't count. Add all those items up and that's our starting budget, which each day will get halved, then halved again, and so on until day 7, where I'll inevitably have very little money left.
Woke up and I'm pretty hungry actually. I was out till 2 AM last night for my work leaving drinks and we ended up in Pop World and I sung a few too many songs. I drank a little bit too much, which makes this a perfect time to start a McDonald's challenge.
For reference, to have like £1 left on day 7, I'll need to spend and eat £64 of food on the very first day. That's a lot of McDonald's.
There's only one real way to do this that I can see. Not order things in meal. Everything is much more expensive if you order it individually.
Yeah, so the only way this could possibly work was for me to completely ignore meal deals. So when you get a bit of money off for having a fry and a drink, absolutely everything would have to be bought individually. There is no point in trying to save money on day 1. I finally made it from my hotel to McDonald's and ended up spending £13.95 on breakfast. This consisted of a breakfast wrap, a hash brown, a sausage sandwich, a large honeycomb latte, and a well-needed water. I often find a McDonald's when hungover can go one of 2 ways. Luckily for me, this one went down well. The new sausage sandwich is pretty nice actually. And the wrap, well...
This has some girth.
It's like everything they do just slammed into one tiny wrap. It was a lot, but I made it. I wasn't a huge fan of the honeycomb latte, but I got it down me anyway. Following this, I got the train home feeling pretty shattered.
Finally home, shower, get changed, sleep for a little bit, and then we're off back to McDonald's.
A few moments later.
Had a nap, watched Scott Pilgrim. Good film. Off for lunch now. Let's go.
I hopped in the car and got down to the Golden Arches to eat another expensive and very filling meal.
Today is just going to be the hardest day of them all, really. A, I'm feeling like this, which was probably a bad day to start a challenge on. But also B, I've got to eat as much as I possibly can. To spend as much as I possibly can. That said, let's go spend as much as we possibly can.
Inside, I saw exactly what I'd be going for, the World Heist menu. Limited edition food equals expensive food. My meal consisted of the Pineapple McSpicy, a large fries, 6 garlic pepper and soy McNuggets, and a banana milkshake. Large, of course. This was my first time trying the Pineapple McSpicy, and honestly, I was expecting a bigger pineapple. The milkshake did a lot for soothing my throat, so I appreciated that, and I tucked in.
This dip is incredible.
Yeah, I like the new McNuggets. The dip really makes them, I think. I can't say the same for the Pineapple McSpicy. The bacon felt unnecessary, my chicken was overfried, the pineapple was nice and I see what they were going for, the sweet offsetting the spice, but it didn't really work altogether. But of course, I had to finish it, so I did, and that added a further £17.46 to my total spend. I know, £17.46 for all of that seems a lot, but remember, I was buying every single item individually.
I'm going to sleep well the second I get back.
I got back collapsing on the sofa almost immediately.
She can smell the McDonald's.
And I rested some more.
Just as I thought, I've been sleeping for the last 2.5 hours. At least the McDonald's is digesting.
And it needed to, because it wouldn't be long until I was back there again and spending much more than I really should.
I've currently spent £31.41. We need that to get as close to 60 as possible. That said, we're going to be building up a lot of points over the first 3 days, so we'll probably have to use some of those points for some of that food on the final couple of days.
When I started this challenge, I downloaded the app and set up a fresh McDonald's rewards account. I did this to see exactly what we could get, and hopefully it would help me out in later stages of this challenge. You do start with 1,000 bonus points, which can't buy you anything, but you build more and more for everything you spend and register. So with any luck, I could get some free sandwiches and things by like days 5, 6, and 7.
Cool, it's only 6 PM and it feels like 10. You always forget at this time of year how dark it gets, don't you? I've worked it out and I think if I can spend £25, I'm happy. Of course, it's also about eating that £25 worth of food. but I'm sure we can manage it.
I gathered everything I could and decided to take it home with me instead. To which I bought a maple bacon double cheese quarter pounder, that's a mouthful, a large McShaker fries, 3 dips, a Sakura Sprite, and 4 mac and cheese triangles. And all I could do was eat, eat, eat. I wanted to give myself at least a fighting chance for the remaining few days, so I just had to tell myself, you can do this. You can eat it all.
I have eaten way too much McDonald's today.
Luckily I managed it and I had eaten a grand total of £51.46 altogether. And that's including this cheeky caramel pretzel McFlurry I kept in the fridge for later on. Which was delightful, by the way. I really liked it. After vegetating in front of the Bake Off final, day 2 was going to go down to a £25.73 budget and I had accumulated a total of 6,146 points. Now let's see if we can make some magic happen and get that many new subscribers off the back of this video, shall we? It was now day 2 and...
Feeling a little better this morning, but throat is still very throaty.
Nonetheless, it was straight back to McDonald's.
I feel like this is probably going to be the last day where we get 3 full meals. I know exactly what I'm getting.
And what I got was some pancakes and apple slices. I thought this would be a bit healthier considering how much I ate yesterday. And you know what? This was a really pleasant breakfast. Those tubs of pancake syrup actually give you a decent amount, and the bite of fresh apple was much nicer than if I spent the extra money to get a sausage patty on them. I also had a flat white, because your boy needs coffee.
It's genuinely delightful.
It was, but sadly it was probably going to be the last breakfast I get like it.
Alright, that leaves me with like £19.06 for the rest of the day, which I think should see me well, actually. Oh, those apple slices were great. Especially after the amount of food we ate yesterday. It's always nice to remember you can get some relatively fresh things at McDonald's, you know. Maybe I'll be getting a salad later?
I got home to a very smiley dog, but quick as you like, I was back out for lunch.
For lunch, I got a bottle of water, so we got a wrap. And then I was thinking of getting a side salad, but no, I just got chips instead. There you go. That looks good. That looks like a nice fresh lunch that I would probably normally have.
It was actually delightful. If you haven't tried the McDonald's grilled chicken wraps, I really think you should. It was very clean tasting for McDonald's and reasonably priced. Reasonably. Why'd I say that? Reasonably. It was reasonably priced.
This was a shout. That was $5.99. We've got just over £13 left, which feels like a decent amount for a dinner, actually.
When I got home, Riley asked me very politely if she could go out.
You're very pretty.
So she got her wish. The amount I was eating, a walk every day, was the least I could do for myself. Getting back and trying to do some editing, it was the cat's turn to be needy before some more playtime with the dog, who just has limitless energy. By the way, the winning name for this frog toy was Asher. Have you got Asher? Can I have Asher? Asher. Give him to me. No, is he yours? He's yours. After hours of sorting the animals out and a quick, well-needed trip to the gym, it was time for dinner.
I very much needed that. But now it's time to go and ruin it all and have some McDonald's.
I headed in and decided to treat myself to table service, but clearly came at a busy time because it took over 15 minutes for my food to come. But when it finally did, I had a quarter pounder with cheese, a side salad, an Oasis, those mac and cheese bites, and I got Carolina and I hot chocolate, which cost me £12.67 if you remove Carolina's hot chocolate from there. And I'll be good, and I'll also remove 179 points from my total, just to keep you all happy. Anyway, a couple of things you should know on my view of McDonald's. First is that Oasis is the superior drink of choice, forever and always. To be fair, I just don't really do fizzy drinks these days. Second is that the quarter pounder with cheese is the quintessential fast food burger. If we're talking the big chains, this, in my humble opinion, is true greatness and perfection for everything you want in a burger from a fast food joint. And don't go down below in the comments saying, oh, this independent burger chain's better, this independent chain burger's better. We'll get there. We will. We will do a video on that. But I'm talking fast food chains. Quarter pounder with cheese, mwah. It is perfection. I will die on this hill. I polished it all off alongside my salad, which was actually banging. The balsamic glaze was thicker than I thought, so I didn't add all of it, but it was nice to get something fresh, and I quite enjoyed it rather than just having fries for the umpteenth time. When I got home, I took the hot chocolates and poured them into some mugs, microwaving them to reheat them just in time for the finale of a certain show.
Might have heated them up a little bit too much, to be honest. Anyway, Traitors time. No spoilers, I promise.
We sat down to Celebrity Traitors Final, and honestly, what a piece of television. It had us screaming at the TV, like it does every single time it's on. If you don't watch Traitors, watch it. You're missing out. So with day 2 done, my budget halved again down to £12.87, rounded up to the nearest penny, and my total points was now at 9,079. One thing I noticed as well is that McDonald's likes to give you just random plus 100 bonus points here and there. So my lunch netted me 200 bonus points and breakfast was 100 extra points, but you know, I'm really not complaining. I need all of the help that I can get here.
It's now day 3. We're gonna have to start getting tactical here about what I eat, when I eat. We've got a lot of points, which is good, but I probably want to start saving those points for more like days 6 and 7. And on that note, I'm still really full from the last 2 days, so I'm skipping breakfast.
Instead, I decided to jump on the bike to try and shift some food and make me hungry again.
Ooh, yeah, that was good. I needed that.
Speaking of shifting food, I'm not going to go into detail, but you guys always mention this in the comments, and yes, I have gone to the toilet at this point multiple times. That's all you need to know. That's all you're getting. When I got back inside, I was greeted by the most convenient and useful surprise ever.
Have a look at what just arrived in the post.
Like, that's crazy. What a day and what a time to get some vouchers.
I don't think I'm going to use them today. I'm going to save these for tomorrow, the day after. Today, we're just going to buy a normal lunch and a normal dinner. I'm still not very hungry. I'm really not.
After a couple more hours of working and waiting to eat, I finally drove myself over to get some lunch where I was ready to eat.
Oh, I'm so ready for this right now. So hungry.
My order came to £12.78 altogether, just about in budget. I got myself a £5 meal deal and some chicken selects.
It's not too bad for £12.78. I'm going to take the nuggets and the mayo chicken home, revitalise them later for dinner. But this should fill me up right now. Probably for a while. McDonald's is very filling.
I inhaled my cheeseburger fries and the chicken selects, which I don't get too many of really, and they were nicer than I remember. And that filled me up completely. I did do a quick Instagram reel afterwards telling you all how full this was making me, and I got so many comments just saying, McDonald's doesn't fill you up. I doubt that you guys are having it for literally every single meal. If you do, it's filling you up. But I get it. Fast food tends to just make you hungrier and things, but yeah, I think it was just sat there.
McDonald's is easily one of the most filling meals you can have, no matter what you eat. Part of me doesn't think that the rest of this challenge is going to be too hard. I mean, say that again when I've got 80p or whatever it is for the last day, but I'm stuffed. Stuffed, man.
When I did a video to see how many McNuggets I could eat within 24 hours, which you should watch by the way if you haven't, I learned that you can easily revitalise McDonald's chicken in the air fryer. So I did exactly that when it came to dinner time. Honestly, all you need is about 4 minutes in the air fryer and they're good as new. Better, even.
Are you both joining me?
Once done, I reassembled my burger and finished it off. And annihilated my nuggets.
Honestly, that'll do me. I don't need anything else today. I'm probably just still full from the last couple of days, really.
I settled into a mini food coma with Riley to end the day, which means unfortunately the budget for day 4 was slashed again, becoming a measly £6.44, and my points had increased now to 10,457.
So it's day 4, and we've got just over £6 left. I've got my vouchers that are all at £3. I don't know if I'm going to use them today, because I think the most effective use of my money is going to be that £5 meal deal. And then, like, buy a cheeseburger or something. This challenge is, hello. This challenge is difficult. Thank you, Riley.
That morning I was off out to my friend's daughter's birthday celebrations, but on the way there I had passed a McDonald's, so on the way back I did the only sensible thing I could think of and went to that McDonald's.
Hello, have we ordered juice in the app today?
Yes. Hang on.
We went to the drive-thru and I got myself a £5 meal deal with a mayo chicken again and munched the whole thing on the way home.
I don't know if it's the McDonald's or the fact that the cat hasn't taken to daylight savings very well and is waking me up an hour early every morning. I am so tired. It's day 4. It's probably a mixture of both, the junk food, not sleeping enough. That said, I'm going out tonight. Fireworks night, baby.
So I had a nap, or tried to at least. I can't stress enough how tired I was at this point. I was really glad we were over halfway through the challenge, really. This was a tough one, and I just wanted to eat fresh food again. Following my nap, we went out to see some fireworks. There were these cool fire show people, and as I was watching them, I was starting to get peckish.
Luckily, I have a secret weapon.
That's right, I brought a hamburger with me, which I've got to say, can you believe a cheeseburger has gone up to £1.59 and a hamburger at £1.39? I'm going to go on a rant here, but literally a few months ago, the cheeseburger was £1.39 and the hamburger was £1.19. Why have they gone up by 20p? I remember when the cheeseburger was 99p. It's going to be £2 before you know it. It's why? Just why? Anyway, I ate my burger and yes, it was cold.
Surprisingly, that hit the spot.
And soon enough the fireworks began. And I promise you they were much better than this. I just recorded the beginning because something like fireworks you want to be there for. You don't want to watch them through a screen, right?
I enjoyed that. £3 day tomorrow. That's going to be fun.
So going into day 5, my budget halves again to just £3.22 and I now had 11,196 points.
It's day 5. This is where it's going to get tough and really strategic. I have £3.22. Obviously, we've got 3 days to go. I do know what I'm going to do today.
I had a plan in place and I actually thought it was a good one.
Lots of Riley in this video, apparently.
It was a Sunday, so it was a chilled morning of catching up on some maths with Carolina before getting myself back over to the Golden Arches. Alright, this is what we're here for. This is all we can eat today. 2 sausage and egg McMuffins. I ain't getting bacon. The sausage is definitely way more filling. 2 of these. And I'm going to have to be really damn strategic as to how I eat them. Or one now. One now, to be honest. I'm bloody starving. 1 now. And 1... It's like 10 o'clock. 1 at like maybe 4. That's all I get. That's all I get, guys. That's all I get. And it's only going to get harder. It's only going to get harder. I went and spent my voucher. The lady made me do table service again. Well, that's not terrifying. Honestly, whose kid wouldn't be scared of that chair? My sustenance for the entire day arrived, and it was steamy hot too.
Man, I love a McMuffin. Although, does anyone remember the bagel? The sausage and egg bagel? They got rid of it in like COVID, and that was the best breakfast item by an absolute mile, and they really need to bring it back.
Out I went with my dinner in hand at 10 a.m.
We'll do some jiggery pokery to revitalise this a little bit later.
You can live in here. When I got home, it was time for some editing, and I was getting hungry pretty quickly.
I'm hungry, but it's 1 o'clock now, and I want to save the loved one until like 4. I'm really tempted to spend some points, but that's just going to make day 6 and 7 even harder, so I'm not going to spend any points. We're just going to have this last McMuffin and then sit and starve for the evening, I reckon.
To distract myself, I went on another walk with the dog before it finally hit dinner time. Right, it's like 4 p.m. and I want to have this now. I don't know if the best way is to deconstruct it and then heat it up, or just whack it in the air fryer on reheat for like 5 minutes. And you know I'm going to go with the easiest route, right? In it went, and unsurprisingly, it worked very well.
Final food of day 5. I've just about coped. I feel like the next couple of days are going to be quite trying.
Smacked it into my gob, and this went down like such a treat. I was ravenous at this point. 2 sausage McMuffins in a day doesn't fill you up.
I do really love a McMuffin. Sadly, I think that's the last McMuffin of the video.
Can confirm it's bedtime, and I am very hungry, and I feel like I'm going to be for the next couple of days. I haven't really got a plan. I've got like 11,000 points, but I haven't really got a plan. Rolling into day 6, my budget was now at a measly £1.61, but my points have thankfully gone up again to 11,495. It was time to start spending them.
I feel like I've said this way too many times at this point, but I don't know what to do today. I think I can afford a cheeseburger or a mayo chicken, and then I'm gonna have to use some points. We'll just work it out as we go along.
Pretty sure that's what I end up doing in absolutely every single one of these challenges. Forward planning, who needs it? There are many things in my adult life that excite me that would never have excited me when I was younger, and I'm sure we all feel this. Adult purchases are wonderful, right? I've got a new shower head, and I cannot wait.
What have I got, Cleo? It's a new shower head. Yeah.
I can confirm it was a purchase worth every penny.
Right, I finally have a plan now. I'm going to spend 4,000 points, which leaves me the ability to spend, I believe, 5,500 points to go alongside what's inevitably going to be some apple slices. Is this weather out here an omen? It just kind of feels like the world knows it's going to be a bad day and I'm not going to get to eat a lot.
I opted to spend my budget on a mayo chicken so I could get the extra 100 points that I'd been getting for every mayo chicken so far, including inexplicably the ones in the £5 meal deal. Cheers, McDonald's. And my 4,000 points went on a double cheeseburger. I destroyed the mayo chicken and also didn't wait and destroy the double cheeseburger. Was it a sensible move? I don't know, but I was hungry and that's what I did.
We all know I'm going to horrifically regret that within the next couple of hours when I get hungry again. Right now though, absolutely no regrets. None.
Getting home, I distracted myself with some One Punch Man before again, another walk.
So far so good, you know. 3 hours later, 3.5 hours later, I'm still pretty damn full. 3 o'clock. I think we can make it through, you know. I really do. One more day. You know, I'm actually very glad I did this challenge in this way because I think 3 meals at McDonald's a day for 7 days, I think that would kill me.
Literally, I think that would be way too much. I would probably end up just having salads and grilled chicken wraps the entire time because even this, yeah, I was hungry, but it was a lot of McDonald's. A lot of McDonald's for one person. I returned home and played some Tales of Xillia.
Okay. Now I'm hungry. And tired. But also hungry. Mostly hungry.
But I just had to power through. I didn't really film much during this period, but here's Riley all tucked in for bedtime that evening, and Cleo rolling around for her nightly playtime. Which now brings me to day 7, where my budget was down to 81p, and my points now stood at 7,744.
There's apparently no signal here, but I think I have like 8,500 points.
Yeah, I was pretty off there.
I've been debating all night. Do I get like 5 or 6 items for 1,500 points? Like, do I do that? Or do I get something big for 5,500, leaving me with 2 things of 1,500?
It was a question for the ages and would be a very big decision to make.
Yet again, it is hideous weather. Welcome to winter. Autumn. What is it? Autumn? Autumn.
And despite having bought them earlier this week where I was absolutely flush for cash, to my utter dismay, apple slices were 99p. So all I could afford was a 50p dip. My points went on a McChicken sandwich and some medium fries, annoying as I really wanted a Big Mac.
I didn't have enough points.
Not if I wanted more food anyway, and I had somewhat developed a plan.
I really wanted a Big Mac, but I did have the points for it, but I really want to come back later for one final small thing. So yeah, this looks identical to a chicken mayo. I don't know what the difference is, so that's rubbish. This is my penultimate meal at McDonald's. It has been a week, and now you guys just get to sit and watch me eating this Macca's. You lucky people.
Because apparently this is what entertainment is these days. I love it. You guys clearly love it. Honestly, I just watch people eat food most evenings, and it's fantastic. It really is. Honestly, it's a privilege to be one of those people that you guys watch eat food. I put some of the sweet chili dip on the chicken sandwich, which was inspired if you ask me, but I still don't understand what's different between this and a chicken mayo.
I don't quite get the difference. Is it the seeded bun? God, I only had a chicken mayo like a day ago. It just tastes the same and it feels the same.
I finished up, and for some reason McDonald's had given me 150 points for the 50p dip order, which left me with 1,394 points. Not enough for anything, but you know what? I wanted one last thing, and to get that, I needed 106 points. Now, technically I had that due to the hot chocolate I bought Carolina earlier, but I figured I'd saved enough pennies over the last week when I hadn't quite hit the budget to afford 106 points worth. I was a selfless individual, buying my wife a hot chocolate. I was a proud British man in charge of my own life and in charge of my own rules, so if I wanted to use the points from that hot chocolate purchase, I would damn well use the points from that hot chocolate purchase. So I did, and I got myself a mini Smarties McFlurry for 1,500 points. which went down an absolute treat, I must say.
I'm proud. It's been a lot. It's been emotional. It's been a ride. I don't really know what else to say, really. I'm excited to have some proper food tomorrow.
And with that, I had completed the challenge of a lifetime. This was great. It made things a lot more fun. It made me very budget conscious while attempting one of these challenges, which also means that I don't spend an ungodly amount of money. Have I learned anything? Yes. Yes, I have. I've learned that I'm never going to eat McDonald's for an entire week again. But you know me, either way, I'll see you next time where I'm going to be eating more food.